Hear from the member for Mallee.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Climate Change and Energy. In the gallery today are Glendon Watts and Bill Bowen and many other farmers from Mallee who will be impacted by the government's fast-tracking 28,000 kilometres of poles and wires across regional Australia. How many more farmers like Glendon and Bill will be impacted from Labor's arrogant policy to steamroll local communities in pushing forward 28,000 kilometres of transmission lines?
Give the call to the Minister for Climate Change and Energy. Order. The Minister for Climate Change has the call.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. I thank the honourable member for her question, but say to her and the House it would have been better if that question was more anchored in the facts. And the facts are the matter. The fact that
Order. Members on my left. The member for Gippsland. The Minister will continue with his answer and be heard in silence, otherwise people will leave the chamber.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. The honourable member made a number of assertions in her question, and it is appropriate to point out that those assertions are incorrect. In relation to VNI West, I'll say this. The number of farms affected will depend in no small part on the final route selected. AEMO made an announcement 2 weeks ago, that they had changed the proposed route based on community feedback. Mr Speaker, that is no bad thing. That is no bad thing.
Order.
The new option 5A pivots away from its original path, heading north-west instead of through Charlton and the Board Irrigation District to skirt around Kerrang and hit the Murray River downstream of Barmah. Now, this is a result of community consultation. Community consultation is something we take very seriously in the government, Mr Speaker. In fact, the last sitting week, I met with the Murray River group of councils who came to talk to me about the route, and I accepted the meeting request, of course, Mr Speaker. They asked to speak to me about it. They said to me that they appreciated the consultation that AEMO and the federal government had engaged on. They appreciated the engagement with the government. They made that point to me, Mr Speaker. They requested a meeting and they got one.
The Minister will pause. Order. The member for Mallee is entitled to be heard in silence with a point of order.
Point of order, relevance. I asked how many other farmers will be impacted like Glendon and Bill with their farms.
And the Minister is being relevant by explaining the process. So I'm listening carefully to his answer. He has only been going for about half his answer, and I'm listening carefully to make sure he's relevant. He is being relevant to the question, and he has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. As I was saying, I met with those mayors in the impacted area. They made clear to me their support for the project. In fact, they announced, in response to the government's announcement of rewiring the nation, they said with local supply chain investment estimated to be in excess of $1 billion and more than 3,000 jobs in the construction phase, this investment will deliver stimulus effects, long-term economic social benefits. Why don't you care what the mayors say? They gave me, I'm wearing this lapel badge, Mr Speaker, which they gave me, and they thanked me for the engagement of the federal government. Now,
Order.
I'll tell you what.
The Minister will pause. Members on my right. The member for Fairfax is warned. The Leader of the Nationals is on a warning. The Minister in continuation and will be heard in silence.
Now, thank you, Mr Speaker. And I say to the honourable member, if she wants to meet with me to talk about these issues, she's welcome to, as other honourable members have, as the member for Eden Monero regularly has, on similar matters in her electorate. That is what good representatives do, seek a meeting with the minister, talk the issues through. But we'll talk about the facts, Mr Speaker. We'll talk about the facts, Mr Speaker. And the fact of the matter is that this VNI West link has been discussed for many years. Now, we are getting on with the job, but we are, to be fair, the first government to focus on this issue. The previous government also focused on the issue. In fact, my predecessor, the then Minister for Energy, said we are investing in the VNI West because it is expected to generate $1.9 billion in net market benefits. That's what the member for Hume, my predecessor, said about this project. He was backing it in, saying how important it is. Now, Mr Speaker, this is an important project. It will be delivered properly by this government.
Give the call